Mike Gill, State of Corruption. President Trump's hole card, ace in the hole, well, could win him an election. Well, that's a bold statement. Except for I've made bold statements before. You know, like an airplane turning around. Remember that with President Pence shaking the hands of the drug cartel? No, who made that call? Before the plane took off. Now I'm telling you, I know this. I know the witness. So now, let me tell you who the players are, right? Let's see what this witness can get us. Well, how about Senator Shaheen? Right, married to Bill Shaheen. The same Bill Shaheen that runs a criminal empire, was co-chair for Hillary Clinton. This goes back to the Clintons. This is the deep state. This is the money laundering state for the deep state. This is the cartel and drug distribution for across this country from this small, corrupted, protected state that are offered protection to the most corrupt. Remember, you've heard that Maxwell got arrested in New Hampshire under the protection of Shaheen. He's a major player, so is his wife. So Senator Hassan, who owes her career to the Shaheen. I'll post a little article, her own words. Right. They control 2 votes in the Senate. Well, guess what? Our witness, you know, the whole card, he can prove he fixed the Senate race. That he is the reason why, the single reason why, Hassan became senator in the Senate today and vote to impeach the president, along with Shaheen. It was Aaron Day. This one witness. I go on. Aaron Day can get you the fix in my governor's race where they destroyed my registration. You can see him with the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of State not even giving his name, Aaron Day being there.
Any of the questions? How about this? You knew 3 weeks ago from who? This was a setup, and this is corruption, and that's what they did it with the town of Derry. You were waiting to do this. You still don't want to tell anybody? Who told you? How long did you know about this for?
We're not trying to get you
Sure you are.
off the ballot at all.
Well, you just did. Good job. Well, we'll investigate this, and we'll have the feds investigate it. And then you know what we're going to get to ask you? Who you talked to 3 weeks ago?
Okay.
Was it official?
That's fine.
You don't want to tell anybody, huh? Well, why is that? Aren't we... Full disclosure. So what's the big deal? Who told you that?
Because...
It's part of a plan, that's why it's
When
because...
something like that is said, it can be said by anyone for any reason.
Well, no, we have a particular reason to get me off the ballot. That's the reason what they say. We weren't talking about the red weather, were we? Here's that smiling again. Remember when they smile when they... There you go. So you don't want to say who said it to you? Was it somebody from the AG's office? All right. So someone did say it, and it's a secret. So it's a secret. Is that what you're saying? It's a secret? You don't want to tell the thousands of people who signed this so I could run for governor? You don't want to tell them who told you to sink the ship?
I told you when you filed, I didn't know.
No, you didn't even answer the question. You're going to come back to the same shit again? How about the truth
Well, that's
and honesty?
important here.
No.
When
What
you
truth
filed the
is...
declaration of intent. If you didn't file the declaration...
Well, we did now, didn't we? Don't you have that? So you know we did. So now the question is the honesty of Derry.
But if you were not a registered voter...
But I was. But I was. So now explain
What are
it.
you worried about then?
I worry about you and the corruption in this state. You can't have an honest answer either.
I don't have anything to do
So
with whether
somebody
you're a registered voter.
Well, who told you I wasn't a registered voter? Who told you I wasn't? Because I'm thinking I wasn't. I voted and put it on a video and had thousands of people see it. So who told you I wasn't?
We do them, we're doing them pretty quickly.
What?
Look, the bottom line is, it's up to Derry to tell us whether you're on your checklist or not. So they're going to look into
Did I have your business cards, both of you?
They're going to look into it tonight.
Okay, but can I have both your business cards?
I want you to preferably
Is there a problem with telling us who you are?
You know who we are.
No, I don't know who the fuck you are. So can I have your business card? Right? Can I have your business card? You work for the state. Are you an employee of the state? We're pretty sure I'm a citizen of the state. A tax-paying citizen of the state. Right? Can I have your business card? Are you taking this?
Oh, yeah.
Not even a business
I'll
card.
get you some. I'll get you.
Some what? A
Oh,
business card.
you're gonna stay for a while we go through these?
Do you have a business card too?
No, on me, but,
Oh.
okay.
Well, how about this? For the video, can you tell them who you are and what your position is? We're gonna have thousands of people see this. What's your name for the camera? Nothing? What kind of corruption is this? You're employees of the state. You're just saying
I'm the person who you filed with. I hold the office of Secretary of State.
Oh, good. We're getting closer now. We're getting closer, right?
So
Now, what's your name?
So, I don't even know if you're the person you say you are. I don't even know if you are. I don't know who.
Well, see, now this is how we straighten this out, Derek. This is how we straighten it out. I can
Are you a
show
registered voter?
you. Yes, I am. And I can show you a license. See, my name's Mike Hill. See, here's where I live, right there. Now, who the fuck are you, please?
Oh, you want?
You see what happened? When I protected Aaron Day, they went after me. Now, what Aaron gave me is the drug cartel. You know what I had? I had Shaheen. Was on the sign for the last 3 years. What Shaheen was selling protection to the most corrupt. From the opioids industry, from the pharmaceutical industry, from the chemical. That's who they are. You pay the deep state protection. Shaheen also used to be the U.S. attorney that controls the FBI. So what does Aaron Day give us to? The FBI. What makes Aaron Day this witness above other witnesses? Because he was working with me. He was meeting those victims. He was meeting those witnesses. He was meeting those state troopers. He was meeting those senators, meeting the congressman with me. You see, he had all that knowledge. But he also had the knowledge of a traitor. He was present when they tried to murder me. Aaron Day was also the recorder of the murder for hire. Shaheen went directly with Day through his attorneys and said, you've got to turn on Gil. Aaron figures either way, they're suing him for $20 million and he's afraid to be murdered. And don't forget, he came to see me because he was afraid to be murdered from the cartel. So the thing is, he did turn on us. But and how that Senate race got fixed, once he took a deal with this corruption, when you bend and you make a deal with evil, they own you forever. And he made a deal to get out of the case because we were being sued by the cartel. You know, once they didn't get us to kill us, it was all fixed. I was supposed to take a deal. They came to me with a deal. I said no. Aaron said yes and started working for them and didn't tell me. Giving them evidence and witnesses. So at that point, Aaron was told by the cartel and Bill Shaheen, again, who hadn't fixed the governor's race and a Senate race already, who was selling this protection, who fixed the court case against his clients, the cartel. Bill Shaheen, who I went after and found out about the Ponzi scheme, found out about the extortion. It's the same person who was on my signs along with Alex Walker, who was working with him. With the same people, along with Walker, who was suing us with the cartel. You get it? How does that happen? Never mind that it was a conflict and by law it can't happen. They were also leveraging me for their releases as I wouldn't take their settlement for $50 million previously. So let's add $50 million, or you can pay us $274 million. Your choice. And I made it. You know what I made it? I mean, I can't turn the back on all those victims I've met with over those years. I can't betray them. Aaron did. So this brings us to the question. You ready? Let's go home. This is an interesting turn. When I didn't take the deal, Aaron, who's a smart guy, and I don't say that about many people, disappeared. He knew he was in trouble. He knew he was in danger. Not only does the deep state want him out, the cartel wants him out. Because he worked inside. He knows they fixed this race. He knows about the cartel. What was Aaron's only move? Who's someone so politically savvy as Aaron Day? President of the Free Staters, run fundraisers, this is a political individual. It could only be one decision. You fix the Senate race, you're going away for 100 years. Unless you get immunity. Wow. Now what would Aaron do at that point? Who would give him immunity? Whose evidence would it help the most? Oh, I don't know. Well, so let's think about it. He was with me with the FBI, so he knows the corruption of the FBI. He recorded the IRS. He recorded the murder for hire. He was with me in all those meetings with the state police. Well, he could get into the deep state too, along with the FBI. In fact, the FBI handled him. This is the guy who's on the inside. I don't know, maybe a president of the United States? Isn't every one of those entities his enemy? Didn't the FBI try to get him impeached? Isn't the IRS still after him, guilty or not? Isn't that part of the plan? In fact, on my next IRS bill, you'll hear a phone meeting with Titka, the criminal division of the IRS. In an hour phone call, they asked me 3 questions. Does President Trump have your information and know your information and evidence? Yes, he does. Now, don't we? Now, here's the beauty. Ready? So Aaron goes to James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, his buddy that he knew years before meeting me. And they investigated. The same cartel never told me of that connection. I met with O'Keefe and we agreed, and they put an undercover person inside the cartel, along with Day. When Day flipped, he took a hike because Aaron had to give him a warning. But Aaron used O'Keefe to get to the president. The evidence would have served the president more than anyone else. Giving immunity. So what did Aaron do? His assistants, Greg Theodore, but Eileen Landry, who helped him the most, the paralegal, who was again giving up information, destroying information to the court. What she did, but they got married. Right, he gets a divorce. And then the next month or two, he turns around, marries Eileen. And believe me, she's 50-something, and she was chasing my 19 and 20-year-old sons. Aaron Day was not her type, and I worked with them both. But it is her type, and she's his type when it comes to testifying in court. So if one gets immunity, the husband or wife can't testify against each other. More proof that that's exactly where he went. Now, let me take this home for you. So he takes him to the president. You know who does the investigation and working with Aaron Day? Patrick Howley, Epoch Times. Right. Patrick Howley also, with Breitbart, was covering Lewandowski, who is the same individual running Trump's campaign and taking my evidence to Trump. And then he goes on to Steve Bannon from Breitbart. Right, who's the next campaign manager. Howley starts big league politics, and he brings in his best buddy. Maybe you've heard of him, Roger Stone, who just got immunity at the worst time to get immunity. How important is Roger Stone? And Howley's 2 heartbeats from the president. And who does Aaron meet? Howley. Howley also went after and discovered, I think it was 2014, and outed Jeanne Shaheen for attacking the IRS, using the IRS to extort her enemies, such as certain Republicans, team members. Oh yeah, and me, to keep my silence. They left me with the IRS. You see, Howley broke the story, met with Aaron Day. And when I went to Epoch Times, I met with the bureau chief, Stephen Gregory. He knew exactly who I was. Epoch Times, the most trusted media source for President Trump. The president's words in the paper. So they had it all. Aaron got immunity. He working with Howley. These are politicals. They're moving on it. What does he get them? Again, the IRS, the FBI, Shaheen, Hassan, and guess what? That is the laundering of the deep state. He finds their money. And if anybody's looking for Waldo, I mean Durham, what do you think Durham was doing but looking for their money? Listen, we don't have a lot of time, but I promise fireworks. But here's the rub, which is also going to make a great movie. Aaron Day went them. So when I met with Howley in my 3-hour interview and figured out that they were coordinating it and he didn't want to touch the drug cartel, so I'm telling you, there's deals being made. But that's what they were, and that's why they wanted my evidence, and that's why they sat down with me. So, what's the move? President Trump, you've got Day. In fact, Walker, remember Shaheen and Walker? All of a sudden won an appeal that looked like he lost to sue Day. We'll post the video just recently. I think it was April or May of this year. That's what they do when they want to keep you quiet. See, they didn't know Day went to the president. When Howley did the interview with me, I put it together on the video. And you know what? We posted for a little bit. Mike Gill meeting with Patrick Howley. You don't think Shaheen forgot, hey, that's the son of a bitch that outed me. That's the guy working with Trump. They made a deal with them. They wanted me out of the way, and the president was going to use Day. So your next question should be, if it's all my evidence, why are they using Day? Well, I don't know. Because I'm a little hard to deal with. Because everybody wants to make a deal. Nobody wants you to know the truth. The level of corruption. Trump wants to make a deal. If the IRS wants to go after me, how about I turn around and play the tape for you that Gill got? Oh, that Aaron Day recorded. See, Aaron Day's controllable. I'm not. You don't think Aaron Day's controllable? Ask the cartel. Ask the evidence and the witnesses he gave up. Ask the race that he fixed. Not that Ayotte, who was the Republican candidate, oh, she was corrupt too. There's no winning in this. So for all of you people think, let's vote him out, there's going to be some evil bastards that'll laugh when every time you say that. You think they give you an honest choice. We're only switching seats. We're switching management, not business.
You see all these emails? The emails and the settlement offers?
And who offered you a settlement?
Liberty International, the lawyers of Morris Mahoney. Now, Morris Mahoney pretended to be my lawyers to get through statute of limitations. That's what Marisa will tell you. You ready? They offered me $50 million on the settlements. Let's take a look at that. Oh.
And then in what context did they offer you a settlement? You were suing them?
What they did was, by covering all that up, I wasn't suing them. I was trying to put them in jail. I was using Morris Mahoney, and you'll hear recordings saying, because they could get me a case with the FBI. That's what they were for. They sat on it to get past that statute of limitations. It turns out Liberty, who offered the $50 million, is their biggest client in the world. Okay? So they are on it, and that settlement is signed. Now think about this. Who's on that settlement? Bill Shaheen. Who's on it? The banking department, the banking commission, the Department of Revenue. Every lawyer that I had through the divorce, through the business, all requesting their releases, including the IRS.
Okay, so just go back to, so how do they offer you a settlement if you're not suing them?
There it is. Why? How about this? I didn't have to sue them. I just was going to put them in jail.
But
So they preemptively offered you.
What happened was, when they turned around and I caught them, they wanted me to go, and I have recordings, Nick Alexander, to go to a hotel room, never to meet all the other people involved. And they wanted to settle. And I said, I'm not doing it. Simple put. And you'll see the emails to verify that. You ready? I said, I will not give you a release. It wasn't about the money, it was about the releases. And you'll see coinciding emails that saying, I wouldn't take it. You'll see a tape from Married from the Mob. The woman was there to offer me $50 million, and she admitted it.
Just to be clear, in offering you a $50 million settlement, who specifically offered you that?
Liberty. Here it is. You know, understand this. What they do is, they wanted me to set this, what it is a stipulation and confidentiality agreement. Don't tell anybody. Now let's take a look, right? The wife's attorney, my attorney, all these attorneys. Look. Matt Kozel, Alex Walker wants a release. Justice, Maria, all these people want a release. And what for? All right? Markman, Divine Miller, Lisa Tracy. She was my controller, the one that was working for Shaheen. Tim Powell, he was the head of the IRS from Portland, who told me that it was Gene Shaheen. Think about that. His name's on that release. They know he told me.
So who's Liberty?
As an insurer, you ever heard of Liberty Mutual?
Yeah.
You know who the parent company of Liberty Mutual is? Liberty.
So the parent company of Liberty Mutual offered you.
Yeah. It is Bill Shaheen, by the way, I'm sorry.
They wanted you to sign a contract saying that you wouldn't talk about this kind of corruption anymore, this drug running and stuff like that.
Right. All done. So I could
This company, Liberty, was going to pay you $50 million to get you to stop talking about this.
settle. Well, not just stop talking, settle for any potential claims. So, well, and they say that. A settlement, a global settlement, and look at all the people who are on this. These are witnesses. Look, William McCully, Divine Middleman, Williams and North, Internal Revenue, Banking Department, DRA, Friedman.
So these are witnesses for who?
And it's signed. No, these are all people asking, this company's asking for releases. Every attorney, every accountant, every single one needed a release. You know why? It was one giant operation. How it got giant is every time they wanted me to settle, I said no. My guilt, state of corruption.